Hi, so my final figure arrived, so I figured I would do the Gotham figures like I said I would. So this is my final one, Victor Zsasz. He kind of looks like he should, but not totally. It's pretty good closeness. So he comes with 2 spare guns, 2 pairs of hands spare, so 6 hands in total. And I believe that is the trash can from the alleyway. Yeah, so he is what's his name? Falcone's heavy man to begin with. Then I'm trying to think who he's working for at the minute. I can't remember if he's working for Penguin or against Penguin at this point. So yeah. So he's my last, but they actually just brought out 3 new ones. Yeah, they actually just brought out Doctor Strange, Mr. Freeze, and the guy that the mayor turns into. Al something or other. You guys will probably comment below, which is fine. Just excuse my lack of memory if you guys haven't watched any of my videos. I have like lasting effects from chemo, so I have a lot of like blanks like chemo brain. In about 5 minutes, or maybe even like 2 minutes after I shut the camera off, I'll remember his name. So he was the mayor to begin with. He had like 2 names, and then he died, and spoiler alert, and I guess if you haven't seen it. Alright, I'll shut up. So there's 3 new figures anyway. So far my collection is 9, and now they've added on, so there's 12. And I suspect that they'll keep going throughout the series. They did just get recommissioned for season 4, so there'll probably be new ones coming. There's definitely ones I want, like I hope we don't escape without a Butch figure. He's a really cool character, I think. Tabitha, not really bothered either way. Who else would I like? I suppose Ivy, but which Ivy do you do? Young or old? They could kind of make 2 and make more dosh that way. I'm sure there was others I was thinking. Like Fish, obviously. Fish is a big one. Jada Pinkett Smith needs to be a figure. Fish always has, like, even if you're not a girly girl, she always like has the most extravagant, out there, but yet simple costumes. So she needs to be a figure, definitely. So that's my vote, is Jada Pinkett Smith and Butch. So next we have James Gordon, or Jim Gordon, the Commissioner of Gotham. The whole point of Gotham by Fox, if you don't know, is to tell his backstory. Everybody's like, when are we going to see Batman? When are we going to see Batman? It's not about Batman at this point, like, because Bruce is like 16 just, I think. So obviously, I would assume Batman is at least in his mid-20s, so that would be a couple of years away. By which point Gotham probably won't get recommissioned for seasons. But yeah, the point was to tell James's story and for you to see how his and Bruce's relationship developed, but it's not about Batman. That's why a lot of people turned off. They were like, where's Batman? He's like 12. It's not about that. And every, there's so many takes on Batman, even to the point where you can kind of come up with your own, that this is just another one, but from a different angle. Like, Disney, I think it was Disney? Yeah. Like Disney did with Maleficent recently. We saw her point of view, whereas before now we just had, what's Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, Sleeping Beauty? I don't know my Disney right now. So yeah, we saw it from her point of view. There's another film out there that did that. I'm not going to remember which film it was. But it was nice to see it from their side and see what turned them into being a villain, or even how they're just misinterpreted as a villain when they're actually a scorned person themselves. So yeah, the whole point is different angle and hopefully new input. Like Fish, I don't believe actually exists in the magazine, in the comics. She's just, she's Fox's, their creation. So anyway, let's get on before this video turns into 20 minutes long. So, James really doesn't look like James. He should, but he doesn't. But that's okay. He comes with 2 trash cans, a rock, it looks like, and a gun in his hand. I really like all of these figures. I don't think I have a favourite yet, but there are ones that look more like the actor they should look like. Which is obviously a bonus if they look like the person they're meant to look like. So this one is Harvey Bullock. I can never pronounce this actor's real name. I'm gonna get it wrong. I think it's Donal. I can't remember if there's a G in there somewhere and the G is silent or what, so we'll just stick with Bullock. Bullock comes with his hat, a gun, and it looks like a wall. Yeah, from the alleyway. He actually kind of does look like him, but I think his figure's a little bit more handsome than he is. So yeah, he plays James Bullock's. He's a detective, so he's on the same grade, I guess, as James for a bit, but then he becomes acting commissioner. Because the real commissioner, spoiler alert again, got poisoned, got shoved in Arkham, and then got released from Arkham, and is now out on the loose. I've put like a big spoiler alert on my title because I don't know where people are up to. I know where I'm up to. So I'll put it in the title, so I'm sorry, I try not to. Right, this is Barbara Keene, who I believe, in the comics at least, not in DC thingy, ends up being Detective James's wife, so she becomes Barbara Gordon. There's no sign of that happening in Gotham. So she is in her Arkham dress, which kind of sucks, because I think they could have done a lot better with her, but I suppose they had to get the Arkham gates in there somewhere, so that's what she comes with, the gates. She doesn't really look like her character, but that's okay. A couple of these boxes, they have damage on that they arrived with, just like scuffed corners. I actually got Enigma twice, because the first one that arrived, it was so damaged that he couldn't display it, and if you were going to open it and display with them, it doesn't matter. But that's not what I intend to do with them. I just want them as displays, so I sent him back, and I got a slightly better one. He's down in the pile somewhere. So right now we're on Selina Kyle. I actually met the actress that played this chick in Denver Comic-Con last year. She is bubbly. Like, not a bad thing. She's just so hyper and happy, and you know, I guess that's what you expect them to be like at the Comic-Cons and stuff, but there was an element there she liked that all, like, that thing, and she wanted to be there, because David Mazouz, is it? Mazouz? I can't pronounce his name either. Bruce. He was there, but I think he'd been there for hours, I assume, because right before I saw Cameron, who plays Cat, Bruce was packing up with his mum. I think his mum's like his manager, or at least she was just there because he's like 15, 16. So yeah, they were packing up. He waved to the crowd and stuff, but it was kind of like he was done. I did want to see the guy that plays Penguin, Robin Lord Taylor, but he had cancelled that year, which was like, he got a load of stick that year for putting out a picture of him and his husband's hands with their wedding rings and saying, like, I think it was happy 5 years, but it could have been 10. I think it was 5. Like 5 years of marriage or something. He got a lot of stick for being gay, which I don't agree with, and I think that was the reason he cancelled on Denver Comic Con. It just seemed a bit too coincidental. I actually went to Pride beforehand, and in Denver, and I picked up just a spare, I think it was a beaded thing. It's like a beaded necklace, but in the rainbow colour, and you could wrap it around your wrist a few times if he was going to be there, because I didn't find out he was cancelled until I actually got into the building. There was something put out by the convention centre to say so, but I wasn't keeping on top of that. I was just like in my head, I'm going to see Robin. I think I wanted to see River too, from Doctor Who. Alex, I think. But then her line was crazy. There was so many people waiting to see her, so I was like, oh, not doing that. So I got to see Kat in the end anyway. I was also in the room when Stan Lee came in, and the whole room just erupted. And you were like, what's happening? You know, he was charging something like $100 just to, I think, to see him and to get his autograph, or to see him and get a photo with him. People like Cameron were like, I think, $30 if you took a selfie on your phone, I think. So then you gotta, like, you stood there going, well, my phone camera's rubbish, you know, so I don't want to spend $30 on a pixelated photo. Or $40 for a signed photo, but not a photograph with her, so just a photo. And then she'll sign it, but you do get to meet her while she's signing it. She'll ask you your name, pop your name on it and stuff. She might ask you something else, or you could ask her something. And then that's it, you're done. It kind of seems slightly disorganised, just in the respect that, like, she didn't know until until you got up there what you were expecting. Were you expecting a selfie, or did you expect I think there was a higher jump for like a £70, I think, $70, I think, I might be wrong, where they take the photo and then they'll print it out. I think that was an option. Yeah, so no, it wasn't that they print it out, but they would take it if you like. So instead of getting a selfie, you could get, like, they'll take it for you. And that was another thing. She didn't know until you got up there, like, the guy would whisper in her ear what you were getting. I think they could have done it in, like, a ticket system. Like, if you hand her a blue one, you're expecting this. If you hand her a red one, you're expecting that. If you hand her a white one, you're expecting this. But no negatives on actually seeing her and getting her autograph and stuff. That was actually really cool. On my flight out to Colorado, I didn't know, but at that time they were in Blackpool. Like, I really didn't know, because I wouldn't have switched my dates because I had other things to be out there for, but that was like, they were right there, because that's like 40 minutes from me. I would have took my nephew and my cousin, who also like Gotham. We could have made like a day of it, but they're like, there's never enough news on social media about stuff like that until it's like happening. So they're posting pictures from Blackpool, and you're like, hang on, they're in Blackpool. When did that happen? So yeah. Cat kind of looks like she should. I hope you can see what I'm showing you. Not overly, but kinda. I also hope that at some point they bring out like a second version, so like when Cat gets bigger and she switches up her outfit, I hope that they bring out another one. I know it's money again, but it's like they change quite a lot. Like, Penguin's not really changed. Enigma has changed, because Enigma's now in his Riddler green thing. I don't think it's got question marks on it yet. Spoiler again, sorry. But he's just suited and booted with like a bowler hat. Whereas he's still over here dressed in his medical examiner uniform. So we'll go Enigma next. There's a lot less damage on this box than there was on the one I was first sent. Enigma comes with a coffee cup or a teacup that has a question mark on it, a desk, and himself. And he's pretty cool. I like him. So yeah, Edward Enigma. Before the legend. He looks kind of creepy. He's got like Joker's smile on. Right, we're running in a scrape, people. Please don't fall on my head. They don't usually fall down as long as I put them upright. Penguin does look like he should. He's just like staring down, so he looks kind of creepy. So yeah, he actually does look like he should. He comes with an apple, spare pair of hands, piece of the alleyway, an umbrella, and looks like a log, but not a log, a plank. That's the word. Yeah, so before the legend, because obviously he becomes the Penguin instead of just Penguin. I really like this guy, and I got a lot of time and respect for him. Two more. Right, so Bruce Wayne, played by David Mazouz. He actually really does look like himself. This is Rise of the Villains. It comes with a bookshelf, spare pair of hands. Just in case you lose the first ones. No. Yeah, so the bookshelf is from his mansion. And again, you know, you can tell he's a kid figure compared to all the others. And now the guy's probably equal height because he's like 15, 16. So he again needs a new figure. But at this point, would you wait until he sort of becomes Batman? I don't know. Because he's still wearing the same kind of clothes. I don't know, he's just a lot bigger. Where's next cut? I have one more figure to show you. Saved the best till last and all that. British man, Mr. Sean Pertwee, Alfred Pennyworth. I like this guy, he's really funny. He comes out with some cracking one-liners. And he says bloody a lot, which seems to be the Americans' take on the British. That we apparently say bloody a lot. Like, drink your bloody tea. It's funny. Yeah, so he comes with the fireplace, which is the... You must know this by now, regardless of what season you're on. Like, leads down to the Batcave. Not that it's the Batcave yet. So yeah, he is really cool. Where would you be without Alfred? I could give you a huge spoiler on him, but I won't. He's amazing. I'll put that up when I'm finished with my video. So yeah, that's all my figures. It's all I intend to collect for now. When I've looked at the new ones, like Doctor Strange and stuff, they're in America. You can't find them on Amazon.co.uk yet. So they're like $25, I think. Which with the pound the way it is probably only like 20, I don't know, 22, if that. Pound versus dollar at the minute is not great. So, yeah, even if I was going to America, bringing them back over, it's not feasible to do in a suitcase. They'll just get damaged, so I wouldn't personally order them there, go pick them up. Because I'm there anyway, guys, not because, like, I'm going to pick up 3 figures. I'm not that crazy. I suppose I would trust them to ship here, though, like, from the company, not from anybody I know there, but from the company I would, because that's what they do. But at the same time, at this point, shipping would probably cost a lot. I just need to wait until they come on to Amazon.co.uk, which they will. So I just need to wait. But at this point, I'm already slightly overrun. As you can see, like, there's not going to be a third tier. I'm going to have to pop some away and keep some out. But I really like these. These are probably the first things I've collected since I've been sick. There was a period of time where I was sick, where I was literally thinking, like, who can have that and who can have this, and just giving my stuff away because I wasn't in a good place. I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like these are mine, they're staying mine, I'm in a good place. So, yeah, I will hopefully finish the collection. You just need to hurry up and get on Amazon. So I hope you liked my video anyway. I hope I didn't give too many spoilers away. I will write it in the title, possible spoilers, because you can't keep my mouth shut. I'm sorry. So yeah, thank you for watching. Take care.